Every club. Every day. The Global Sports Podcast Network.
Hello and welcome to the Newcastle United podcast with GSPN. My name's Joe. I'm going to be hosting tonight. We're going to cover a few different subjects, so I'll try to rattle through and not blag on a bit for you. We're all going to kick off with the fixtures initially, but first of all, I am joined by two people today, so it's not just me and Ian this time. First up, I've got my girl Nic. How are you doing, chick?
I'm good, thank you. I feel like I'm baking in this little room of mine, but I'm good.
It's wonderful this heat, isn't it? Yeah.
It's so hot.
And Michael, how are you coping over there?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Obviously, it's a little colder over here than what it is a bit down south, but 30 degrees tomorrow. I'm all ready for it.
I mean, I'm impressed with the jumper you're wearing. I'm not going to lie, like in these temperatures. I'm sitting with my shirt on and a fan on me right now. So yeah. Obviously can't cope as much as you can, so that's fine. Fair play to you. Brilliant. We'll just kick into it, like I say, because otherwise I will bleed on. So yeah, fixtures. Probably what I'll ask you guys first, apart from the obvious, right? So let's not go straight for the derby. We'll finish on that one. Outside of the derby, are there any particular games that you're excited for? Were you surprised by any in terms of like the start and the end of the season sort of thing? So Michael, I'll come to you. What's your thoughts there?
The one I'm looking forward to the most is 3 games into the season, Leeds United away. I love doing Leeds. I'll go by any means necessary if I can. I've got a few friends down there, so it's one of those where Ellen Road's got a soft spot for me. And then the way we're playing against Arsenal these days, I think it's October, end of October. I always look forward to that as well. And then, Man United. It's always a Manchester team around Boxing Day, it feels like. Hopefully it's moved due to TV, so it actually is a Boxing Day fixture, and it's not on the 27th.
I don't think there's any, is there? There's no Boxing Day ones, actually.
There's not.
That's a bit mad, isn't it?
That's only because of TV. So once they actually announce which games will be on TV at the time, I reckon there'll be some on Boxing Day. And hopefully Man United Newcastle, because Boxing Day without football would just be dreadful.
I do agree. I'm not going to lie. The first thing I look for, I'm not going to lie, is I'm going away in September on holiday. So the first thing I look for is, oh god damn it, like which games am I going to miss type of thing. But yeah, the next one along, aside from my birthdays, which you always go to your birthday, right? We'll touch on yours soon, Nick, don't worry. But Christmas time, it's always the one that you see, right? Who we got, home, away, whatever. I know we're at home last season, so I think it would have been amazing if we're at home again, but it wasn't to be. And yeah, that's when I noticed that there was no Boxing Day, and I was like, oh, that's just not Boxing Day, man.
Doesn't feel like football, right. Does it?
It doesn't.
No, it's not right. It's illegal.
Nick, again, apart from the Mackem match, which one or ones are you kind of looking forward to there?
I also picked out the Leeds game. I actually quite like Leeds as a team, and for some reason I can never not say when I speak about Leeds, I've got a couple of friends who speak about them, all I can chant is Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. So I'm looking forward to that one. I am also quite looking forward to getting Aston Villa and Liverpool out the way early on before they hit any sort of momentum. So I am looking forward to getting them, because they are notoriously either great games for us or not so great games for us. So I am looking forward to getting them out the way. And I think that's about it. Oh yeah, and Arsenal. I mean, I'm looking forward to playing them and hopefully make Arteta cry again another twice this season.
Yeah. I'm with you guys on the Arsenal one. However, like I say, touching on the fact that I said I was on holiday in September, unfortunately, I'm very, very sad to be missing the Arsenal's home game. So yeah, in fact, I'm very sad about it. I won't lie though, my main thing was don't miss the derby day. So as soon as I saw it wasn't Sunderland, that was my main kind of thing that I was freaking out about. But yeah. Arsenal at home I'm a bit gutted about. So I'm kind of hoping an absolute push that either push it to the late game on Sunday or even better Monday night. So that'd be amazing. I'm praying for that. Don't think it's going to happen because I think I'm asking too much. It'll not happen, chick. I'm asking for far too much there. And I'm, come on, just being greedy now. And then I'm missing Bournemouth away. So like that's by the by. And it's not a game that I went to or anything.
At home. I'm missing Wolves at home because I'll be in New York, but I will try and go and watch that somewhere.
I mean, come on, where would you rather be?
I know I'd rather be.
Yeah,
I was going to say Bournemouth.
I was going to say Bournemouth.
That's not even the right team.
Love that.
To be fair, just one thing on the 2 Sunderland games, obviously the derbies. Have you noticed the significance with the Champions League as well? in relation to that?
I'd not concentrate on that at all, but I knew you
I
were
haven't
going
paid that much attention, Michael. Please enlighten me.
If we make it to the round of 16 of the Champions League, we will play Sunderland after
Which we
2 Champions League games. Both games
Oh, they'll be
after
loving that.
Champions League will be Sunderland. So there's a chance we are a little fatigued by that. Can't use that as an excuse, obviously. I'm not getting the excuses in early, but it'll be great going to, let's say, the Estadio de Luís, the Stadium of Light in Portugal, and then going to the Stadium of Light in Newcastle and getting 3 points at both. Happy days.
I love that.
Come on.
So is the March game the same then? If we make it through, I mean, not that I reckon we'll get out of the initial league. You know what I mean? The 16 maybe, but so what's the March one in relation to?
So
then?
the March will be the round of 16. No, round of 16, second leg. So it's got the league format now. Yeah,
I keep forgetting how many teams are in it now. Yeah, because they extended it, didn't they? Right, just ignore me. And I'll reprogram my brain at some point.
Will as well though. The March derby game, could that potentially clash with the Carabao Cup final? I am looking really ahead into the season now, guys.
It will.
But I'm just thinking back to this year. Could that clash?
So that could get put back.
That's not the
if Sunderland make the Carabao Cup final.
Nick, it's a win-win situation though, because I know that was going to be your birthday, or at the minute is your birthday weekend celebration where you're totally coming up Newcastle regardless of what's happening.
It absolutely is.
But if we got through the final again, and you could still come up Newcastle, right? We'd do that, and then you can come back up Newcastle for the Mackem game later in the season. So it's like a double whammy, really.
Agreed.
The benefit of that as well is if we do make the final, because let's be honest, Sunderland don't, it would get pushed back to a point where we could potentially relegate them. It's not going to happen.
Relegate them in March.
Come on.
We could relegate them in March.
They would need like
if they
8
do Ipswich.
points. They would need literally 8 points across
based on what the season we've just had.
And they just got rid of their best player.
It's true. It is possible, but I do think next season we'll see a little bit more fight from the teams than what we saw from Southampton. So hopefully we make the cup final, not just for the point of sending them down, but I'd love another trophy. But that comes later.
That comes later. As much as I just love talking about the Mackems, not really. I think we should just pause on that one as well, because we all know how much we're looking for at the derby. It's like an absolute given, isn't it, really? So
absolutely.
Probably either speak forever about it and bore everyone that's listening, or we could move on. So what I'll do is, because I've got plenty to talk about in the other 2 sections, I'm going to pop it on to the first advert now, unless you guys got anything to say about the fixtures, by the way, before I totally cut you off, or we're good?
Nah, I'm good.
Good, babe.
Fixture talk is over. Awesome. Right. First ad, and then we'll go into a bit of transfer talk and stuff.
Your body is unique, and Global Sports Podcast Network has partnered with Bioniq, the world's most personalised supplements. Bioniq provide 100% tailor-made supplements, designed to deliver precisely what your body needs at exactly the right levels to optimise your health. No guessing. So click the link in the show notes. Use the code GSPN 2025 for 40% off your first month's subscription. Bioniq. Don't settle for off-the-shelf solutions made for just anybody. Get what's right for you right now.
Thank you very much, Ken, and his dulcet tones. You can see why him and Ian are friends, can't you? They kind of talk very similarly, don't they? Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Right, moving swiftly on. Transfer talk. So me and Ian obviously did a bit of a pod the other day, 2 days ago now, and discussed the likes of Elanga and Pedro. So this is what I'm going to put to you guys first. We can obviously discuss other people as well. Essentially, Nick, I'll come to you first this time. How do you feel about these 2 deals? Do you think we're going to get them done? Do you want us to get them done, more importantly?
Yes and yes.
Cool.
I think when we were sort of I feel like it might have been January window last season, but this year, where we were talking about who would we have in a heartbeat, and me and you both said Elanga, and I would take him in a heartbeat. Pedro, I haven't seen too much about, because I had to just say to you guys before the call that I haven't been online today to look at transfer news, because I know it's been quite quiet the last sort of week or 2. Do I think we can get them both done? I think it's going to probably be one or the other.
Fair point.
I would take them both in an absolute heartbeat, though. I feel like that would strengthen the squad massively and help us out massively. Can I see Newcastle getting them both. No, because the league and other teams just like to mess us about. But who knows? It's a long window. So who knows?
It is. A quick one on that then before we go to Michael. If we can only sign one, who would be your preference?
Oh,
Put you right on it there.
Yeah, probably Elanga, because I've said I liked him.
Cool. Fair play. Right, Michael, exactly the same questions to you. How are you feeling about them? Do you think we'll seal it? And then again, if we can only have one, who would it be?
I'm going to make a bit of a bold statement and say anyone we're linked with in June, we're not signing. 100%. Because I don't think we're doing anything until maybe the end of June, start of July. We might start doing things. I don't think we're doing anything for the next couple of weeks. And if we're linked with a player, it's purely people just trying to stir up rumours. Don't get me wrong. I would love Anthony Elanga, but it's always one of those where is he going to be the new Bas Dost where we get linked with him every transfer window and then never see him in a Newcastle kit? Probably. João Pedro, I was very surprised to see linked. I'm not sure I really like him as a player, but I will say he'd be good. I hate him as a player because of his attitude, but he's also one of those that's like a Joe Linton or an Anthony Gordon of you would hate them if they didn't play for Newcastle, but because they do, you're like, you know what, these guys are all right.
100%.
So yeah, I don't think we'll sign either of them. I do think we'll have a few names in the pipeline that we don't know about. Tonali was an example of that. Isak, it happened very quickly. If we're going to get something done, it's not going to be talked about for weeks upon weeks. So, yeah, I don't think either of them will happen.
Yeah, absolutely understand why you're saying that, to be honest, and I think we kind of touched on that the other day as well. There's massive talk about us not making any big moves until at least the end of June, beginning of July anyway. Again, this PSR thing has us over a barrel a bit, hasn't it? So what'll happen, I guess. The Pedro one for me was exactly kind of what you touched on. I said to Ian the other day as well, because about his attitude, I'll be honest, and I was honest last season, I couldn't stand Gordon. I wasn't over the moon with the Gordon signing as a result because I didn't like his attitude. In fact, I thought it stunk. But if he can turn someone around like Gordon, who appears to be a whole new man now, with a whole new wonderful outlook, or it definitely puts across that way anyway, can he do that to Pedro? When I say he, we obviously mean how. So that's why I would still have the likes of Pedro, because I just think that he could work well in our team. But again, I think I would be with Nick that if I was going to choose either of them, I'd probably go for Elanga. But like you said, Michael, we're sitting here discussing this and watch it be neither of them. So moving swiftly on because of that.
Sorry.
No, but you're right though, to be fair. It's a funny one, isn't it? Like, how many times have we sat and talked about it and then nothing happens? Or like you say, some player that you've never heard of or just heard no rumours of, I should say, just all of a sudden is like pretty much landed on it and that's it, announced, bang. And you know what it is? If it's someone like Isak or Tonali, please don't tell us. Please do exactly that. I'm all for that, man. That would be brilliant. Yeah. So yeah, basically we want secret signings. We don't want Pedro and we don't want Elanga, apparently. Another one I'd only heard a little bit about, I was wondering about you guys, because again, I didn't get time to touch on this with Ian the other day, is the Diamonde centre-back, I believe he is, isn't he?
From Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah, I've heard like on and off rumours of that, but again, like nothing as much as the likes of Elanga and Pedro, mind, you know, like they seem to be hot on the press, so to speak. But is that something you guys have either heard much about, or do you think anything like that could happen? Or again, do you think that's just yet another rumour?
So I think it's one of those at the minute where as of today, he's been linked heavily with Crystal Palace, with the idea that they're going to use the game money to bring him in. To be honest, he's a big, powerful centre-back. He reminds me a bit of Ibrahima Konate at Liverpool. He is very good, but he's very good when he's tested up against Liga Portuguesa players. And let's be honest, the best striker in that league for a little while was Darwin Núñez. So maybe he's not tested as much as what we think, but he looks great. I would like to see him in a Newcastle shirt because he's powerful and he's pacey.
Yeah.
And he's got the height, not quite the height of Dan Burn, but he's close enough. But
close enough.
Not many do.
There's always the risk at the price of, I think it was 60 million they were rumouring.
It's just another 60 million,
risk.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big risk.
That's a lot of money for not really. Like, I don't really.
Anything proven.
Yeah.
Like unproven, yeah.
Is he the Dutch one? Is he Dutch? Or
I
is he?
don't know, I won't lie.
I feel like I seen something earlier about.
No,
I feel like I want to
he's-
say yes, but I couldn't promise you.
Couldn't
I
tell
won't.
you.
He's not. He's Ivorian. I want to say. I might be right. Might be wrong.
Oh,
He's
okay.
definitely African, but I can't. I
What's
can't
that?
say. I think he's either Ivory Coast or Senegal.
God, my football knowledge is
In
awful.
fact, he must be from the Ivory Coast because he didn't play against England for Senegal, and he's good enough to play at that level. So yeah, Ivorian.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with it. Cut out the last 30
I-
seconds.
We'll believe you, Michael. It's fine.
Ivorian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
I
fine.
don't understand
He's
where I got
Ivorian.
that from, so ignore that completely. Yeah, maybe cut that out.
Nah, we'll leave it
60
in, man. It's good
billion
crack.
yeah. Obviously, it's a lot of money, isn't it? Not it's and also a big
It is.
risk. But is that again another rumor because
Mm-hmm.
it goes in spits and spouts with Newcastle, doesn't it? It's either really quiet or
Yeah.
really quite busy. So I feel like
I know.
this. I feel like when we do start signing players, and I think we all spoke about it in the chat a couple of weeks ago. Like it's probably is going to be a beginning of July time because that's
Yeah.
3 years since whatever it was, and I feel like our signings are just going to come out of nowhere, a bit like
Yeah.
the Botman deal. And
Look, like we've said, if it's the quality that we've pulled in so far, then bring it on and keep doing that. If that's their kind of mantra, then yeah. stick with it.
But we do need to bring someone in. We need to bring
There's
someone
one
in.
transfer.
A few, yeah, definitely. We need some
There's
squad
one
depth.
transfer elsewhere that I'm very happy is happening. I've just got it up there to make sure it is happening.
Right.
Leverkusen signing Quanta from Liverpool. Because if you remember last year, when the Gordon deal that was allegedly going to happen, Quanta was the player that Eddie Howe was really interested in and would potentially be a part of a deal. I mean, that was the rumour. Him going to buy Leverkusen for 30 million kind of says, right, he can't be used in any deal. So likely,
Good.
I would say that means Gordon stays as well.
Stays,
Yeah. Oh, that's good. There hasn't been any heavy rumours on Gordon leaving, which has been good. I mean, Liverpool are now obviously heavily linked with Isak because they've got bored of all the months and months of linking him with Arsenal, obviously. So yeah, they've just moved on to Liverpool. But again, we'll not bother talking about that because it's getting beyond boring. I think even Isak's come out and said that he already plays for a big club, which I love to see, by the way.
Yeah, I love that.
I would say it would shut people up. It'll not shut people up. Let's get real.
I'll say this: Isak signs a new contract next month, guaranteed.
Oh, well, he's due to anyway. They're in talks or something, aren't they?
Guaranteed,
so, yeah,
he signs
he'll
a
do
new
it, man.
contract next month.
Yeah, he's going to be the club's highest, on the highest wages, isn't he? So
well, it's understandable.
it's fine. He's staying. Not worried.
Deserved.
It's all good.
Don't panic.
He has no. It's fine. Right. Let's have a quick look here for you. What was I going to say? No, there was one that I don't know if you guys had seen. I saw this literally about half an hour before I came on the pod. I think it's a bizarre rumor. I don't know where it came from, but how do you guys feel about the rumor of Marcus Rashford?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Not at all.
Put it this way: I think wages alone would be enough to deter Eddie Howe. We'd have to put him on a highest bracket. He's nowhere near the level of Tonali, Bruno, or Isak. Howe knows that. And although I do think Howe could turn him into a fantastic player, bring back the best of Marcus Rashford, it really isn't worth it for Newcastle at the minute. And I think Howe knows that.
Yeah, I don't see also how he fits into the Newcastle squad, you know.
No,
yeah, another left winger / striker. We've got enough of them.
Yeah, I can't. Well, I can't. He's a really funny one though, because I do feel really sorry for him for how downhill his Man United career went. I mean, obviously Man United are rubbish, but I like it. I really like him as a person and a player, and I did think the Aston Villa move was good for him. But yeah, no, I'm with Michael. I don't think I would want to see.
I would have thought going back to Villa would have made more sense than anywhere to us or something. It just
I think there's only so many managers that can have a problem with you back to back to back before you start to go, maybe that guy's the problem.
It's a bit like Jadon Sancho.
He had issue with Ten Hag. Yeah, 100%.
Very true. Which, by the way, I hate that we even be mildly linked with him as well.
Yeah.
I saw that stupid rumour. But then again, we're linked with everyone. We're linked with Grealish. That still hasn't went away. That's been going on for a few weeks, I've noticed.
Out of the three, that's the one I'd want.
Oh, God, yeah, I'm with you, by the way. I would take Grealish over the other two.
Yeah, I would.
100%.
Isn't that a 10 of events? Slags Miggy off and then he ends up in a Newcastle kit. What a shame.
Well, look at Gordon.
Following in Miggy's footsteps.
Well, yeah, exactly. He is the new Miggy after slating him, Poor Miggy.
Jack Grealish has Miggy Elmer on his pint glass.
Can you imagine?
Oh,
brilliant.
God.
Love that. Right, I've got no more kind of players to throw at you guys. Have you heard anything that I haven't heard? Do you guys want to discuss any other players before I kind of move on, so to speak?
I've got one, but
on
Joe,
the
I think
James Trafford thing. It's gone very quiet.
Yeah, because apparently they've stalled over price, and I don't blame them in a way, because wasn't it 40 million, and then we didn't want to pay 40 million, so we were wanting to pay more like 30 million. But I get it, because we were originally, wasn't it like 25 million the last thing we were in discussions with him? But what they're saying is because he's had such an amazing season, it's now gone to 40. I get that he's had an amazing season, but he had an amazing season in the Championship, and it's just another level. I know he had a hell of a lot of clean sheets. I get that, I really do, and it's amazing what he's done. But to whack almost double, because you went from 25 to 40. That's a canny percentage uplift. That I'm not going to try and work it out because my brain's not functioning. Let's call it 66. I like that number. We'll go for 66%. But anyway, it's a hell of an uplift, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't get those at work.
That's exactly it. Wouldn't he die for that? But yeah, in reality, it's got to be that, surely. I think that's why it's gone quiet. But
I think it's one of those as well in the era of PSR. I think you're looking at it and going, right, we've got 70 million, I think, or so we could go over if need be. You're looking at it and going, there's clubs, Burnley have to sell. They have to find 15 million from somewhere, apparently. Aston Villa apparently have to sell. 2 players that have been linked with, one that we haven't mentioned, Jacob Ramsey as well. I would love him at Newcastle.
Yeah.
I think James Trafford and Jacob Ramsey, Newcastle are just playing the waiting game, where it's a case of, right, end of the month, you're going to be desperate. We're sitting here, we don't have to sell anyone. Same with Anderson, same with Minter. We got good prices out of them, thankfully, but clubs had to wait. And let's be honest, Forest and Brighton didn't just turn up on the day and go, by the way, we fancy these youngsters. They'll have been talking for a long time. Yeah. We'll have been resilient. And it's just had to happen at that time. So I've got a feeling we've learned from last year's mistakes and we're just playing smart and just leaving it till the end of
Agreed.
June.
That's true.
Hopefully.
Good point on the Ramsey thing, by the way, because me and Ian did talk about it. We'll just touch on it very quickly, because if it was more about like Willock potentially going the other way, and again, that's more of a PSR thing, isn't it, really? Like, we'll take Ramsey, they take Willock type of thing. So a bit like when we got that Greek keeper, or should I say robbed for the Greek keeper, because he was part of some shafty old PSR. It's just a load of crap, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, no, honestly, can't keep up with the rules.
No, not at all. Right, I'll tell you what, we'll shift away from transfers. Can either of you two lovely people read out the advert for Zencastr, please? Has anyone got hold of it?
That's me.
Nick, you're up.
Go on, Nick.
Here at the Global Sports Podcast Network, we spent a lot of time selecting our delivery platform. Zencastr came out the clear winner. With 4K video recording from your phone and AI editing that automatically removes all those ums and ahs, it is super easy to start a podcast that sounds great and is delivered efficiently. If you're ready to tell your story, check out the link in the show description to learn more about Zencastr. I've not done that in ages.
Fabulous.
Feels very foreign to me. Yeah, I know.
Love it. Right, cool. We're back. And the only thing now I want to talk about, we're back, is our wonderful rumoured kits, the wonderful kits. Unlike this absolute masterpiece, by the way, that I'm wearing. So, yes, they've absolutely nailed that, so much to the point where I've spent £146 on the player version and the patch and the writing on the back. But yeah.
Have I heard the
just
term
like
more money than sense?
Oh, always. Michael, it's why I don't have any money, because it goes in, it goes out. It's fine.
Can't be Newcastle's move-in section.
That's it. Oh, don't even start on that yet.
That section is the best section in any shop ever.
Honestly,
it's unbelievable. I went back in on the Fender gig with Nicole and I was eyeing it all up again. And I was like, no, go out, Joanne. Get out of the shop right now. You're going to spend a fortune.
Can't go in there. I know.
I'll wait for next month's pay. I'll take it bit by bit. But I think what's happened here is I'm kind of glad I've spent that money on, because I sure as hell am not getting the away kit and the third kit based on the rumours. I think they're pretty solid rumours. Yeah. I can't see it being anything different. We've already had this kind of discussion. So really, yes, I've spent that much on one shirt, but hey, I've saved on buying 2 others, right? And I think the club, the designers, whoever is to really blame for this, have just made a real boo-boo, man. They've absolutely nailed the home kit and ruined the away kit and the third kit, so it's not even like just one of them. Either one, you can start here, because just talk about both kits. Talk about the green one and the blue one and how just wonderfully awful they are.
No,
The
Go for
blue
it.
one. Sorry, Michael, do you want to go first?
no, you go first. You go
Okay,
first.
I wouldn't mind the blue one so much if the badge wasn't on black and then that badge was then popped onto a blue shirt. I think it looks awful. I wouldn't
I like
I
mind
the
said
it.
colour
go
of the
first.
blue.
I didn't say
That's it.
take exactly what I was going to say.
Well, I did say
I
that before
completely
we
agree.
started.
I completely
Yeah,
agree.
that wouldn't be such a bad shirt, and I wouldn't mind that one. But the green one,
It's
they've
horrific.
done
Yeah.
way too much with it. And from seeing
It's
obviously
weird.
the home kit, I mean, I'm glad I've spent the money on it now because, like you say, I'm probably not going to get. I say this, but I know I'm going to end up getting that blue shirt. I know I am. The home one, I had such high expectations for the rest of the season because I thought to myself, well, the home one they've absolutely nailed. I love the blue on it. Obviously, I love the badge with the stripes, everything to do with that. And I thought to myself, we're going to get 3 solid good kits this year. No, we haven't.
No.
I think I actually
absolutely
preferred the
picked.
goalkeeper kit over the rumoured away
I love the
and
keeper kit.
third kit. Yeah,
I
which is
think
not
I
like
get
me.
the
I don't
keeper
normally
kit.
like the but yeah, that the green, the away top actually reminds me of a keeper's kit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
a bad version of it as well.
yeah, it's absolutely honking.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
I actually
I love
even
that.
prefer, the little pre-match one that they're saying is going to be released. The black with the yellow on this side and the orange on that side. It doesn't look great. It looks blood-stained, if anything, on the right-hand side.
Can you imagine
which-
what they would say about our Saudi owners having a blood-stained top? Come on, Michael.
You know what?
Teeing people right up.
I think we've done it on purpose, We might as well just put it around the neck next to just be like, what are you going to say now, Palace, eh?
Oh my God.
What is it? Asking for drama.
Brilliant.
Yeah, but I actually do prefer that to the other, the away in the third. But yeah, Nick's absolutely right about the third. If it wasn't for the badge, which I'm aware why they've done it, it's the old, 97, 98 away kits. If you're going to do that, do the stripes as well. Just go the whole, it's awful. People thought it was awful then. It became nostalgic and people went, oh, I like that. And now it's fucking shit again.
Go on, Michael.
Michael's
See how you really feel about it. I'm not going to say, just spit it out.
Apologies
You'll be all right.
to those at home. I'm a very passionate person.
I'll put an 18 stamp on the end of this. Fine.
That's hilarious.
Fantastic. I agree. It's the only thing I can probably say on both of those. But the one thing I saw about the blue one, did you see like a bit more of a close up? How I love the colour of the blue, and that's all I like about it. I won't lie. Sorry, I don't like the orange around it. I'm not an orange fan. Maybe it's a ginger thing. I just don't do orange.
Definitely a ginger thing.
Definitely a ginger thing. I don't like orange. My hair clashes with the shirt. There's hell on. So yeah, but I love the blue. But if you zoom into it, it's got like little weird flecks and lines.
Yeah.
I don't like that either. They haven't even made it a solid blue. Like,
when are these rumours
I
to be
think that
released?
detail will look better.
Yeah.
Apparently end of July, beginning of August, one of them. I think that's the blue one. I think the green one's going to be released
soon,
like end of this month, beginning of July. So it's
I can't remember what the release schedule was like
apparently.
last year. Remember, but I got all 3 last year.
Yeah. Yeah, because they were
all right.
Like the white one, well, the white one was lush. That's been our best. It was the away. It was the third. Right, I can't keep up.
The away was the burgundy and blue,
it was the third kit, Joanne. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
So it was our best third kit, I think, for a long, long time. I
loved
the white
it.
one.
Yeah, I got all 3, but this year I say that, but I know I'm going to end up getting.
I'm not
that
getting
third
it.
kit.
No,
I am. I know I am. I'm on the Newcastle New and every day and sending you guys screenshots. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I'm going to deck myself out in all those other shirts that I found in this shop, though.
Well, yeah, I'm
basketball
going to have
the American football
baseball one,
the baseball one.
American
We are
football
going to be, yeah, man. It's got 39 on the back, so like Bruno.
I've got 39 on the back of my home shirt.
Oh, is that what you ordered?
Yeah,
Brilliant.
I did nearly get Botman, but I thought I'll never hear the end of it when he's injured for 90% of the season.
Oh,
I mean, rightfully so.
Still though, support from the sidelines.
Well, yeah, but I thought Michael would just tear me down, so I was like, do you know what?
He's gonna do that regardless, man.
He's gonna do it regardless.
Get who you
You
want.
might as well get Dummett on the back. He's going to play more minutes.
Ooh. Oh dear God.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we are. Boom, boom. Right, so we're going to move on from the wonderful crap strips that we've got. And one last bit is the stadium announcement. I suppose nobody's shocked to hear that the stadium announcement that was supposed to be happening this month is no longer happening this month, and now apparently will not happen until the end of the summer transfer window. So now we're obviously talking about into September. So, I mean, I know you guys aren't going to say you're surprised in any shape or form. Do you guys still think that we're going to be getting a brand new stadium, or do you think there's any possibility that they're going to try and stay and extend St James's Park?
I think we still get a new stadium. I think it's just going to be put on delay. I think the Stack announcement, the extra 5 years, that's pretty aptly timed. Of our stadium announcement was going to be middle of June. Instead, we're going to announce it Stack's here for 5 more years. So 2029, 2030. Yeah. I think it's they've gone, you can get pints outside for 5 more years. Yeah, I could have done that in a beer garden. It was fine. But I'd rather have a new stadium. But look, if it means more memories at St James's Park,
exactly. Yeah, agreed. I know. Yeah, I think the stickler is we can't extend St James's in the way that we want to extend it. It really is as simple as that. As long as those houses are there, which they're going to be, we can't extend it. So it's as simple as that. But I think the main delay maybe as well is this fight over Leazes Park, because everyone and their mother seems to now want to fight for Leazes Park, when in essence Leazes Park is very rarely used by everyone and their mother. So I do find that interesting. It is a lovely park, don't get us wrong. I went there with my mum the other day, strange enough, walking the dog.
Yeah.
And I don't go enough because it is actually a lovely park. So I do agree with the people who are fighting for it, going, it's a beautiful park, it's a beautiful area. I agree.
Yeah.
But guess what? There's hardly any people in it ever. Like, there was some people that day, but it was a bloody beautiful day. So I would hope that people were out. I'd love to see what it was like on just a normal, kind of typical Newcastle day, cloudy, all boring and dull. Yeah. But, it's just not used as much, but everyone wants to fight for it now all of a sudden. And I think it's just a bit of a do-gooders type of, let's fight for the sake of it.
Do you think potentially it's the people who just don't want a new stadium going,
yeah,
well, we've lost this battle, we can still win the war, let's get the lawsuit in over Leazes Park.
Let's go Greenland.
That's a good next move. Yeah.
They probably hardly ever go, like you say. But they just don't want the stadium because they don't like football, or they don't agree, or they're anti-Saudi. They're, you know what I mean? It's any of the above, isn't it, really? So
agreed.
But let's hope they don't win and we win and we get that stadium, because like I say, I'd love to see it St James's. It's just not feasible. Simple as that, isn't it, really?
Definitely not going to happen.
Yeah,
I know. Much to Kev's delight, because I know he's going to cry an absolute river. I mean, to be fair, it is going to be emotional when we eventually leave, so I won't lie, I'll probably cry. But,
I'll be right there with you.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can come up, we'll have a cry together. We'll just stand next to, imagine, like real weirdos in the corner. Don't take the stadium.
Take it. Take me with it.
No,
contractors there just like, who are ye? What are you doing?
We're like them oil protesters, the ones that just don't be moving on the ground. St James Park protesters.
That Everton fan who stayed these
cable tied himself to
yeah.
That's
Everton
be
fans love him. Yeah, it will be. But Everton fans love him because, they ended up beating us that day because of that wonderful a-hole. Never mind. Anyway, on that bright note, we're going to end. So it's been a pleasure speaking to you, and we're now having the weekend off. So we'll see you next week. Yeah.
See you next week.
Every club, every day. The Global Sports Podcast Network.